Tonight, from the Superdome in New Orleans.
The tapping on the four verticals.
On EA Sports.
The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Man, that ain't made no sense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Now it's Burrow. There's the rookie from LSU. It's Jamar Chase. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there on the catch and run. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s. It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
He's got it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the play.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Winston. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Here's Winston. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Osa Odighizuwa able to record his 5th sack of the season. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And Lutz's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots, and here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game. Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A first down throw for Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. On 4th down, the Saints bring on their new punter for 2021, Blake Gillikin, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
From the 22, Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On third down, Barkley. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 4th and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field. He will find his man Chase complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jamar Chase, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Third and short yardage, Winston. But he's got his target, Harris. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. That's taken in by Callaway. A gain of 6 there on first. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks. Back for the second half of Thursday Night Football in just a moment. But first, the bye weeks are over. We've got a full slate of 16 games once again. So let's give everybody a look ahead at what's to come here in Week 13. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they get set to take on the visiting New York Giants. In the late afternoon games, all eyes will be on Las Vegas. A glitzy matchup there, where it'll be the Raiders taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Then, on Sunday night, a big one in the NFC West. One of the best rivalries around, the Niners, the Seahawks, from Lumen Field in Seattle. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
From the 30 on second down, Winston. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On play action, Winston. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Osa Odighizuwa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. That one on the guard. and Cesar Ruiz. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw, Winston. Throw left side complete to Troutman. Not much there, only a yard. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. They'll throw again. Winston to the right side and complete to Thomas. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will, right at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Burrow. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Zerline now for the PAT. And it's 21-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Johnson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Winston. And that is incomplete. right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Winston. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the 1st down sack. Winston throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Winston now. This is caught. Touchdown. Marquez Callaway. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On 3rd down, Barkley, and he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's a give to Barkley, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's brought in by Harris. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Winston. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jameis again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.